I'm Martin David.
And I'm Sean David.
And we're from Orlando, Florida. And this is the history of the amp you plug and play. It's the mini guitar amp that plugs directly into your guitar. We're here today to tell you about the amp you plug and play mini guitar amp. It's a guitar amplifier that doesn't need a guitar cord. It plugs directly into your guitar. And Sean and I came up with this idea a few years back when I was teaching Sean how to play guitar. And he had one of the standard guitar practice amplifiers, and we kept having a problem with every time Sean moved, the guitar cord pulled over the practice amp. And I asked Sean, hey, don't they make one of these that just plugs directly into your guitar? And after a little research, I discovered there weren't any existing products out there. So the idea was born. Sean, why don't you give us a little demo on how the amp you plug and play sounds?
Sure. Well, first we're going to just see the difference between what it sounds like with or without the amp. In the beginning, basic string vibration, not a lot of sound, but as soon as you plug this thing in, great thing, no cord, 1/4 inch plugs right in, and you have a beautiful, clean tone right now.
The nice thing about the amp you plug and play is your guitar actually carries the amp you plug and play. It's part of your guitar. And it's kind of cool, you not only hear what you play, but you feel what you play, right?
Yeah.
Some of the new features we built into the next generation model is we have a headphone jack for private listening, and we also have an MP3 input to plug in your MP3 player and play along with your favorite songs. Another advantage of the amp you plug and play is it conveniently fits into the accessory compartment of your guitar case. So you can literally take it and play it anywhere. Let's try that with a regular practice amp. A lot of my customers are traveling professionals. I have a lot of customers that they like to take the amp you plug and play camping. I have one country and western star that he says they keep them scattered around the tour bus. Also, amp you plug and play next generation features a 2-position switch, one for clean and one for an overdrive rock and roll sound. So we've heard the clean sound. Sean, why don't you switch it into overdrive and play a little rock and roll for us?
Yep, just as simple as putting the knob one way forward and you have a great overdrive.
And that's the amp you plug and play next generation.
And we are here today to tell you about an exciting new product simply called the Amp You Plug and Play. So Marty, why don't you tell us how you got started making these?
I actually made the first amp you plug and plays out of a 2-inch PVC pipe. And I would cut the pipe by hand. I would build the electronic circuit board by hand, and then I would screw mount in the jack for the guitar. And the speaker would actually be glued to the end of the enclosure.
So how much revenue has Amp You Plug and Play generated, Marty?
Well, the product's been on the market about 5 years, and it's generated roughly about $350,000 in sales.
Wow, that's impressive. So what's the market for the product?
Well, you have to keep in mind that every guitar player usually has 2 guitar amplifiers. They have one amplifier that they practice with, and then a larger amplifier that they perform with. That being said, there's 17 million guitar players in the United States. Worldwide, 47 million.
Well, I certainly hope you patented this product.
I did, Dave. I've got a full United States patent, and there it is. Would you like to hold it?
Sure.
Not a chance.
Oh, come on.
So Marty, what's the investment you're seeking for your company?
I'm seeking $75,000 for a 25% share stake in the company.
So how much have you invested in your business?
Well, I've reinvested most of the profits back into the company, roughly about $100,000 plus countless hours of my time.
So when did you start inventing and becoming an aspiring entrepreneur?
I've always been an entrepreneur at heart. When I was 7, I sold the Grit newspaper door to door, and I made a nickel a copy. I've always had ideas for new products. Most of them, as I really thought them through, it turned out I really didn't think they were good ideas. But the Ampu Plug and Play was different. The more I thought it through, the better I liked it.
So tell me what the business means to you.
It's a big part of my life. It's the second part of my life because my family's the first part of my life. But Ampu Plug and Play, it's kind of gotten me through some tough times, some tough moments in my life, but it's also kept me energized as well.
And what is your ultimate goal for the business?
Well, I'd like to develop new products and new ideas. I don't know, I always believe in staying one step ahead of the competition. Actually, I've got a new idea for the Ampu Plug and Play, which I think is really cool.
And what's been your biggest challenge so far?
Even though this is an established business, my product's been on the market for quite a while, my biggest challenge has been getting the word out on my product. It seems that 99% of the guitar players that I meet have never heard of my product.
So what does your family and friends think about your product?
They've been really supportive. My youngest son, Sean, he traveled to all the NAMM shows with me. He helped talk up the product. My oldest son, Kyle, he actually went to a show with us as well. My mom had been saving up to build a patio on the back of her house, and I needed $5,000 for tooling costs to get started in China, and she gave me the money to get started.
So are there any other interesting facts you'd like to share about your product, Marty?
Sure. My product was twice selected Best in Show at NAMM. First at the 2008 Summer Show, and then again at the 2009 show in Anaheim, California. Also, it's been endorsed by several well-known guitar players.
So, Dad, where's Dave?
I think he's all tied up.
We should probably go find him.
All right.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, and he's all tied up in those guitar cables again.